What's up, sports fans? Welcome to the Sports Opinions Podcast, New York Jets Fantasy Focus. A new little thing that I am doing, teaming up with my buddy who is with me here today, the site expert of the Jet Press, Luis Tirado Jr. What's up, Luis?
Doing great. How about you, man?
Doing well. This voice might sound familiar if you listen regularly. He was literally just on the last episode, giving us some great insight. So it's awesome to have him back and be able to do what we're hoping is going to become a weekly spot. Again, I'm Alex Cuesta. I don't think I introduced myself in the beginning like an idiot. But we're going to jump out. We're going to get this out there right away, give you some food for thought on two players, one that he picks, one that I picked to start on fantasy this week if you're looking for a Jets player to start. So right away, I'm going to throw it right to you, Lewis. Who is your fantasy pick from the New York Jets this week?
I call it the Isaiah Crowll revenge game. I got my man back, Isaiah Crowll. I think when you look at it, last week, I do know that the Dolphins defense kind of limited him and Bilal Powell, but it's always something when you're going back to your old team. They didn't want you back. He was there for like 4 years, and I think this is a game that the Jets trying to go back to what works, and if it doesn't work, you keep committing to the run, you keep pounding it out, and hopefully he'll be on the end of getting a lot of fantasy football points. I think he's going to have a big game. I can see him throwing at least a touchdown or two and 100 yards. He might even do a couple extra fantasy bonus points off catching the football. That would be pretty cool to kind of get those double points for all you fantasy football owners. I like those flex down players this week.
Definitely, yeah. And Isaiah Crowell, it looks like they're actually trying to target both the lead backs. Powell's obviously the main receiver, but they did throw the ball a few times to Crowell, and he does have that explosiveness, so I like that pick. And we know Crowell has that apt to break that 40, 50, 60-yard run for a touchdown. He showed it in week 1. So I actually really do like that pick. And yeah, this is the revenge tour. And let's not forget, it is the Jets versus the Browns Thursday Night Football. The Browns should have won their first 2 games of the year, but they found ways to lose because they are the Browns. So I really think that it's a safe pick, and you can go a lot of ways, I think, this week with the Jets. Normally, the Jets aren't the most fantasy sexy team, but they're playing the Browns, and they will definitely have some good options. Now, I'm going to go the other direction. I'm going to go receiver for my pick. I like Terrelle Pryor Sr. Now, I know there were some questions as to whether or not he was even going to make the team this offseason, but one of the things I really like is last week, he was only second in targets and yards to Quincy Enunwa, who is definitely the bona fide number one. But the one thing that Terrelle Pryor brings to the table is that explosive play. We saw that big 44-yard catch that he had to end the half that really sprung that drive that almost was a touchdown drive to make it 20-7, but instead it was 20-0 going into the half against Miami. But Terrelle Pryor brings that big play element. A lot of people on fantasy were jumping in and grabbing Robbie Anderson because of that. But I think Terrelle Pryor is bumping into Robbie Anderson's numbers. He's a bigger receiver. He could do both the possession and the big play. So for this week, I see the targets going up from 3 to 8. He caught 4 balls last week for 84 yards. I can see more targets, more catches, and probably a big explosive touchdown this week against a Browns team that the Jets should have against the ropes.
That's a good pick. I like that pick. And it's true because, I wrote a couple weeks ago before the season started, I kind of figured that a lot of teams know who Robbie Anderson is, and I know that they're going to double up on him, maybe even like kind of zone him out of plays. And I think that makes a lot of sense because, if anything, Pryor and Crowell are going to have that chip on their shoulder to say, look, this is the old team. I mean, a lot of people don't think that they talk about it, but I know for a fact football players do when they enter these kind of games. And I can definitely see Pryor having a big receiving game, maybe even more than Anderson. Who knows?
And I think it would be funny. I think they should try and troll the Browns. I think for one play, they should put Darnold and McCown on the field at the same exact time with Crowell and Pryor. Fake the ball to Crowell, have Pryor go deep, hand the ball to McCown, and let him throw a bomb to Pryor and hopefully for a touchdown. Wouldn't that be the ultimate troll job for the Browns?
That would be that's creative. I didn't think about that. I mean, if Jeremy Bates saw something like that would be pretty funny. I don't think it's gonna happen, but you never know. I mean, Pryor was a quarterback, so if they could dial up maybe a little trick play or something, that would be pretty funny and that would be pretty interesting. But I like how you think that's creative. That's something I would see added. And you never know. It could happen in real life.
Oh, absolutely. You got to think outside the box sometimes. But yeah, as promised, this was nice, short, and sweet. We wanted to give you the information about the fantasy players we thought were going to give an impact from the New York Jets this week against the Cleveland Browns. And we did. I want to give a thank you, Luis, for coming on. Where can anybody find you that they want to find you?
Thank you, Alex. I'm the site expert of the JetPress.com. You guys can find me on Twitter at LTJ81. Also, the same initials on my Facebook author page. You guys want a direct link to all my articles and slideshows about the New York Jets, fantasy football, and video games. Just type in LTJ81 on Facebook. You'll find me there. And, of course, I'm on Google+, Luis Tirado Jr. as well on there.
And also visit thejetpress.com, Great Jets website. If you're looking to find any of their articles, they blast them out on Twitter all the time at the Jet Press. And I am always your host, Alex Cuesta of the Sports Opinions Podcast. Find me on Twitter and Instagram at @A_Cuesta30. Find Sports Opinions on Twitter at SportsOpinion30 and Instagram at SportsOpinions30. And visit the Facebook page to get all the amazing content we have. And listen on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spreaker, and YouTube. Thank you once again for listening to the New York Jets Fantasy Focus. Hopefully the Jets get a win. Go Gang Green. Have a good one.